You're listening to the Low Pressure Podcast, the podcast for skiers.
In the off season, ride mountain bikes and paraglide. I've been doing that recently. And
yeah, you were telling me about that before.
That's quite athletic, especially if I'm hiking and flying.
Do you know Kate Zelliff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever flown with her? I know she's getting into it.
No, I haven't. I think we started around the same time. But obviously haven't been to the States for a while.
Have you been to Pemby to fly here?
No, not yet. But I know a couple people from Pemby that
Austin Ross and like Turpin I was mentioning before, and there's a handful of others.
Yeah, Pemby's kind of a mecca for flying in Canada. It's still pretty small time though in Canada, that sport. Like not a lot of people do that. It's just kind of a hard place to do it. It's not like Europe where like every hill is grassy, like a nice grassy hill.
Just run
all the valley bottoms. Yeah, it's like riding mountain bikes there. It's like so popular, paragliding.
How'd you get into that? I don't remember.
COVID started, 2 Marches ago, and then I was home.
You got into it through COVID?
Yeah, I did.
Not before?
COVID. Not before, no.
Oh, okay, cool. Then we haven't talked about this yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Continuing on with this
lots changed, Mark.
Super loose podcast.
Yeah, when did I start? It was during COVID. I was in lockdown for the first 2 weeks there, and was just kind of watching YouTube, getting inspired, and yeah, came across some paragliding videos.
Can't get any more isolated than that.
Yeah, and I had a toothache during the whole time. That's another story for another time. But
how did the toothache fit into the paragliding thing?
It has nothing to do with paragliding, really.
Oh, you just remembered that you had a toothache while you were looking at.
I was just thinking back on lockdown, and I was like, got the worst fucking toothache of my life. Like one of my wisdom teeth were growing in, and somehow it got infected. And like I was calling my dentist, like asking if I could go in and get it pulled, and he's like, "Well, if you're not dying, I can't help you." There's like so much pain in my mouth, and it swelled up. Yeah, it got all huge.
Did you get them like taken out eventually?
No,
they're still in there.
Yeah, they're still in there. They're fine now.
Until they're not.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we're going off topic here. I watched paragliding videos, got super inspired, and was like, figured why not? Had some extra money laying around, and I got into it.
What does like a starter rig cost?
The rig, I don't know, like a wing would be like $2,000, $2,500. Yeah, and then harness.
That includes all the ropes and shit. Like they're not separate. Like you don't have to buy a wing and then you got to buy the rigging and all that stuff.
No, that's all rigged up. That's like really meticulous how that's all rigged up. So like that's all done in the factory. Because if something's a little bit out of line, then it'll really mess with like how the wing flies. So I don't know. All in, like with training, like with the school that I took, which took all summer, and my rig, and I got like a used harness and a used reserve parachute. It all cost me like $6,500
for a new sport.
And it's flying.
Yeah, you get to fly.
Like truly flying.
So did you have to take like lessons or whatever?
I took lessons.
You have to be strapped into a dude for the first few times, right?
Just once. He just like the teacher. I did it through Kootenai Paragliding. Jay Lois is the owner of that, and he's like really talented, kind of like laid back hippie dude from the Kootenays, but
shocker.
Really good paraglider and just a great guy.
Yeah.
And he just recommends that you do a tandem flight to start, just to make sure you like it, so you don't. So some people get like motion sickness. So turns out they're afraid of heights.
You're gonna go out on your own. Like people just go and do it without knowing what the fuck they're doing.
You can. There's no laws around. Like it's not a powered aircraft.
Do you have to learn about like winds and updrafts and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why he like takes you out before you commit to doing the course. Takes you out for a tandem just to make sure you like it. Because some people probably change their mind once they fly for the first time, and you don't want to do that once you're all committed.
You basically you're just strapped to a guy's chest like you're in one of those baby Bjorn.
No, dude, it's comfy. Like paragliding harnesses, it's not like base jumping where you're just like hanging from a tiny little harness. It's like these are like basically like lazy boys in the sky.
Oh really?
Yes, it's actually like really comfortable. So yeah, dude. Yeah, the tandem's kind of funny. Like you're kind of between his legs in a smaller little harness.
And he's right behind you, whispering in your ear.
Yeah. So I did the first flight, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this."
Yeah.
And then I spent the summer doing the course.
And so how long is the course?
So
you do have to do a course. You do have to do a course in order to get certified.
I wanted to do the course. Yeah, if you want to get properly certified, there is like Paraglide Canada or something.
But you don't have to be certified.
No, not technically.
That's crazy. That seems absolutely bonkers to me.
Yeah, lots of people do it like that, but they just don't get like if you go to like a flying zone or like a flying site, oftentimes like people who haven't done a course will kind of get shunned. Yeah, so I just did it. Plus I wanted to learn the right way. I didn't want to like eventually you're like 10,000 feet in the air and you don't want to not know how to do it. So yeah, did that, spent the whole summer doing it, ended up trying to like getting all into it. It was really fun. At
the same time as you were doing the fire stuff?
No, I only did fire last year.
That's right, summer. 2 years ago. Yeah,
before that, like through COVID, I didn't work. Like I was able to support myself pretty good. Yeah.
So you got into paragliding?
Yeah, so I got into paragliding.
Sick.
It was amazing. It's such a cool sport. It's like the slow drip of adrenaline while you're doing it. Like it's pretty relaxed and like really methodical to catch like a thermal. It's just like you're really flying. I don't know, you're really feeling it.
Have you had any like super holy shit moments up there?
Yeah, my wings collapsed one time. Like it collapsed like basically halfway.
Because the ropes got
tangled? No, it was just really turbulent air. So like it was a hot day and like crazy, like really punchy thermals, like hot air moving up really fast. And like it is just like a floppy piece of fabric that you're flying under. And it got like a little bit messed up. And
it's so confidence inspiring.
I don't know. It's you'd be surprised. You do feel confident once you're flying. Like if you have some energy on the wing, it's all
so
good.
What happened then?
I don't know. I was just bouncing around. Like it happened before I even realized. I was just like basically half the wing collapsed and I fell for like 20 feet maybe, and then it reinflated. Like they're built to reinflate.
So it wasn't like
no, I didn't fall to the ground.
You're not doing like spinning out of control or whatever like that. It was just more of a oh Jesus.
Yeah, that can be done. Like if you get caught up in the ropes and shit, then you have to pull your reserve parachute. But everyone hopes to never have that happen.
Have you done like skydiving or any of that? Like
no, I haven't.
Is that on the list now too?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like if I did do it, I'd probably really get into it. But maybe it's not a good idea to get into that.
Maybe that'll be next year's summer project. So it seems like every summer you find something new to learn.
I know, I keep on telling myself like I have everything I need now.
You've been listening to the Low Pressure Podcast, the podcast for skiers. This has been a Redmark Media production.